Alright, this is the next video. We're prepared for taxi. We'll also pause. Okay, here we go. We're going to acknowledge our taxi clearance. So actually we're going to be taxiing to 25 right. But it will show you where to go. We'll just press the progressive taxi just so we can see that feature. To toggle the ATC menu that we have here, you use the key next to, generally speaking, on your keyboard, next left of the 1 button on the top of the keyboard rows, or underneath the escape button. That's a tilde, is what that thing's actually called. So you can turn that off and on, off and on. Alright, so we don't need it right now. We're cleared for taxi. S allows you to scroll through your views quickly. This is the I've been paused for a while, so it's reloading everything. Okay, so here is us setting at LAX. This is an LAX photo reel freeware download. Let's click inside here and zoom out. So that's an airplane flying by with a terminal and a couple control towers we can see. And there's the progressive taxi. So I'm going to release my parking brake and roll the aircraft and turn. So here's where I like the virtual cockpit. It's a little better for when you're taxiing and stuff. So here's the blue lines outline taxiways. So that is the taxiway that he told us to go down. And there we go. A little wider view so we can actually see. So I've changed some of my graphic settings. So I don't know if it's going to give me problems, which it's kind of slowing, acting a little slow right at the moment. So I've been turning it up as much as I can just to see how it'll do. So right now I just have the taxi lights on, which are right here. That's off. See, oops, I'm turning the plane by accident. We got a ways to go. Now, turn that back on. Okay, this one's actually working right. On is on. I've seen a couple models where off is on, so that's what I was looking at right there. So, alright, we need to set up for a flight. We're going to Edwards. So we need a runway heading for our autopilot for our takeoff. So we're going to runway 25. So I'm just going to put it right around 25, and once I line up on the runway, then I will set that last. Actually, I was thinking you don't arm the auto throttle, which is this section right here we talked about in the last video, which will set our speed, which actually I'm going to set for the initial speed 250. And I'm pretty sure you don't set this till you get to the runway. And it works totally separate from the autopilot. So we're going to have to set up the autopilot and everything right here. It's taking us to another taxiway. Here, I'll show you real quick the signage and how to read the signs real quick. Let's look at the control period for parking brake. So here's where our instruction was, C to C3. So we were just taxiing down C, and now we're at C3, and we're to proceed to B, and that will take us to our runway. This 4405 is the squawk number for the transponder, and which is tuned into the nav radios. So well, I got 0455. Yeah, I'm not too worried about it right now. And so and to read the signs, so it says we're approaching B, which runs this way. We are at C3. Black square, you're there. That's the saying. So we are there at C3. And this says we're driving. If you keep going straight, it's WF, whichever. I guess that crosses over to the next runway too. I'm not sure exactly, but we're heading to B, like it said in our instructions here. C3 to B. So C3 is this where we're turning to this driveway right here. So I'm gonna turn the brakes off and get rolling again. And the green lines that's showing you that's open for use, and that's the center line that you're trying to keep your aircraft basically on. So if you've got a really big 747 A380, you have to pay attention to where you taxi. So they don't like their captains running off into the mud. And so I'm going to set up any autopilot and flight management computer functions that we need to get going on for our flight. Here's our initial altitude, 4600. I'll set that. I'm going to use the altitude hold button. This is the autopilot master button, which we'll set when we are ready to turn the autopilot on. Here's our initial heading, which we're going to use. That'll keep us flying a runway heading safely out of the airport. Did I just pass the... No, I just turned off for a second. And here's our speed that we're going to need. 250 under 10,000. Just to keep the dynamics of on the airframe to tolerable amounts. And we're going to set up the flight management computer. I think we're here. We'll return. So we're at F. What did it say? Oh, we're supposed to turn it B. So B should be. No, we're turning right here. No, I guess he wants us to go to the end. We're supposed to, this should be B down here. Usually they're in order, A, B, C, D, E. Those are runway exits, the ones that are next to the runways. Yeah, B, okay. And 25R right. And you stop right here. Parking brakes, control, period. And we're going to talk to, we're going to tune to the tower for takeoff clearance. Request takeoff clearance number 3.
Los Angeles Tower, 4405 at runway 25, right, ready for takeoff. IFR to Edwards, 4405, clear for takeoff. Runway 25, right.
Okay. Alright, to pull up.
4405, please acknowledge.
Okay.
Clear for takeoff, runway 25, right, 4405.
440. Oh, 4405. That's our call sign. Okay. Let's look at our flight management computer. So this. So I click the menu to get to the initialization. I'm going to go ahead and type in 15,000 for our cruise altitude. And for this particular computer, this is all we need. So I'm clicking the calculate VNAV button and typing execute. And here's our flight plan. And yeah, it doesn't pick up the correct altitudes that I want. So this computer will control the altitude for us. It will fly these altitudes at this waypoint. I put in 15,000 on the flight plan, but that didn't work. So here at the start of the next video, we'll go through how exactly we're flying this one, and we'll fly the flight.